Hey guys, it's Jennifer and I have a 5 and 5 for you guys, so let's jump right in. Alright, so the first thing I want to talk about is the Haus Labs concealer. So I did get a blister pack and I was able to use 2 of these. Neither of them would have been my concealer shade ideally, but there was enough in here that these lasted for several weeks. So I really did get to try and test these. I tested them as a concealer. I also tested them as a foundation. So I wanted to give you my thoughts. I realize this is not a full product, but they lasted so long, I feel like I did have some thoughts about them. The coverage is really, really good. So if you need high coverage, I feel like this is really good. But let me go ahead and jump into my big con. And this is for my skin personally, so this may not affect you. But I found these so drying. As I said, I used them because I wanted to test them, so I kept using them. Different primers, different moisturizers, and I just could not get these to not dry and settle and crack and crease into my skin. So the coverage was great, but these are just too dry for me at this point in my life, and I am a dry skinned gal right now, so I'm gonna pass on those. Next is the Lancôme Teint Idole Ultra Wear Care and Glow Foundation. I finished another foundation, can you believe it? I have been working on this one for a while, and this says on the bottom, higher and other sun protection measures, including limit time in the sun, especially from 10 a.m. Why does it say that? It's just randomly on the bottom. I don't know. But I use this foundation and I really, really liked this foundation. I will not purchase it again just because I love other foundations as well. I love testing other foundations. I didn't quite love it as much as the Tom Ford one on me, but I really did like it, and I thought it had a beautiful finish, and I thought it looked really great on my skin. I will say this, I recommended this to my sister because I was loving it so much when I got it, and she hates it. She hates it. She said that it showed every pore that she had. I did not have that experience. I really love this foundation, but it's a reminder that not everything works for everybody. It is also heavily fragranced. So if that is not your thing, I would stay away from that one. All right, the next thing is going to be the Olaplex No. 8 Bond Intense Moisture Mask. This is a very, very hydrating hair conditioner or hair mask. This lasted a while because you only need a tiny, tiny bit because it is so hydrating. I would not purchase a full size of this just because I feel like conditioner is enough for me. I don't have super dry hair and I don't need a super hydrating mask. Having said that, I'm starting to get a lot of grays and they are a different texture than anything I've ever experienced before. So I could imagine revisiting something like this in the future. For right now, I think that I'm okay. But again, in the future, as my grays start to take over, this might be needed. And I do plan on letting my grays grow out. In fact, I would love them to grow out enough that I can pull some through and get some really white highlights throughout because I love that look. I had silver highlights when I donated my hair a few years ago and I loved it, but the bleach was so harsh on my skin. So I'm hoping that nature's bleach is going to do its thing. All right, the next thing was sent to me free for review from Influenster, and this is Neostrata Firming Triple Firming Neck Cream. Neostrata, yeah. So I really liked this a lot, to be honest. Now, I don't notice that it necessarily tightened my neck, but it did give me a lot of plumping moisture, which kind of helped everything feel tighter. I liked it so much that I'm testing another neck cream, and I didn't know I needed a neck cream. So I didn't repurchase this one because this one did not wow me, but it did convince me enough that I should start looking into neck creams because maybe it is doing something for me. So take that for what you will. I'm using one right now that I love even more than this one, but it's not a bad product, so it may be something you want to look into. All right, the last thing that I want to talk about is the NYX The Brow Glue. Okay, love-hate relationship with this. It works so well. It is such a good brow gel. It combs in there, and I mean, the brush is great, so you can really comb and separate and get your brow set into place, and they hold. It is great, and I love it. But it does not have a long shelf life. So I've not had this one open all that long, and it is nowhere near empty. You can see it's got tons of product in it. I mean, half a bottle. But it is a gloopy mess at this point. So it did not start out looking like that. It started out looking all more like that, the first pull, but now it's like boogers. So ooh, yeah, it's gotten to a texture, and I think it's because it also mixes with my brow color, because this also wasn't brown. So I think it's a great product. I think the shelf life is not the best on it. It says 6 months on the back. So I think that's probably about right. So it's good. Is it better than the Rare Beauty? The jury's still out on that, but it isn't a bad product. Something just happened to my lighting. I think a bulb just died in here. All right, so I will check on that. But yeah, I don't know that I'll pick this up again. I don't know. The jury's still out on it, but it does work and it is good. All right, guys, that's it from me. I hope everybody's doing great. Let me know in the comments down below if you've used any of these products. I have to go fix my lighting. I cannot believe that just happened. And I will see you guys in my next one. Bye.